Sexual health, like the tip of an iceberg, often signals deeper problems hidden beneath the surface. After 60, this signal becomes especially significant. It's not only about physical desire, but also about a powerful biological indicator that often goes unnoticed. After 60, many men face difficulties they once considered impossible, which indicates the need for close attention to their sexual health. Loss of firmness, decreased libido, erectile problems, and loss of energy have long been considered inevitable companions of old age. However, science disproves this view. The International Society for Sexual Medicine points out that more than 70% of men over 60 experience varying degrees of erectile dysfunction. Even more concerning, in most cases the cause is not psychological or hormonal, but vascular. Blood simply does not reach where it needs to go. When circulation weakens, sexual function declines. But this is just the most noticeable symptom of a much more serious problem. Sexual function can be compared to a light bulb. If energy flows weakly, it won't turn on. In the male body, that energy is blood. Circulation is the conductor carrying life to every part of the body. When it falters, everything begins to slow down. Recent studies, such as one published in the Urology Times, indicate that blood flow in the penis can serve as an indicator of cardiovascular health. In other words, if blood flow is weak down there, it could be a sign that the arteries throughout the body are in danger. Few people know there are natural, simple, and effective strategies to change this situation without drugs or artificial interventions. This video will introduce a little-known practice supported by scientific studies, a daily ritual of neuromuscular and vascular activation that can stimulate circulation, strengthen nerves, and safely improve sexual function. You'll learn what the main blockage is that prevents normal blood flow after 60, how to stimulate specific areas of the male body to restore local blood circulation, and one practical recipe with natural ingredients that can help clear arteries and restore vitality within days. There are no miracles here. Everything is based on physiology, clinical research, and practices that men around the world are rediscovering. And best of all, anyone can start at home without drugs or expensive devices. So why does blood stop flowing? An erection is purely a vascular process. It begins when the brain sends a signal through nerves in the pelvic area. This activates nitric oxide, a substance that dilates blood vessels and allows blood to flow powerfully into the organ. But with age, this reaction weakens. This happens for three main reasons. First is damaged endothelium. The endothelium is the inner lining of blood vessels. It regulates flow, elasticity, and dilation. Over time, chronic inflammation and poor eating habits make it stiffer, narrowing the vessels and making it harder for blood to pass through. Second is reduced production of nitric oxide. This compound is essential for erections, but after 50 the body produces less of it. A study published in the Journal of Andrology showed that men with erectile dysfunction can have levels up to 50% lower. Third is plaque buildup in the arteries. Fat, calcium, and cholesterol deposits often accumulate first in the thinnest vessels, and the penile vessels suffer first. This means that sexual dysfunction can be the first visible sign of a developing cardiovascular problem. In other words, what seems like a sexual problem may actually be the body signaling a more serious danger. These processes don't happen overnight. They are years of small habits, poor nutrition, sedentary lifestyle, and chronic stress quietly accumulating until the body cries out. The good news is this can be reversed. With the right stimulation and proper nutrition, the body can produce more nitric oxide, open the channels through which blood should flow, and activate nerve endings that have been dormant. The simplest way to begin is with a daily ritual that takes only a few minutes, which you'll learn now. There's a physical stimulation technique used for years by doctors and manual therapists in Europe and Japan to improve circulation, awaken tissues, and enhance nervous system response. What if there were a way to reverse part of this process without magical pills or side effects, simply by using what your body already knows how to do when guided properly? This is called tapotement. Tapotement is a form of rhythmic percussion performed with the hands on strategic areas of the body. This technique activates deep receptors in the skin and muscles, triggering a cascade of physiological effects, including the release of nitric oxide in the pelvic and femoral areas, improved local muscle tone, and better contraction and relaxation of tissues. It raises temperature and blood flow precisely where it's needed most. In other words, the body wakes up, nerves respond, and blood starts circulating more easily. A study conducted at University of Essen in Germany showed that manual percussion techniques applied for just 2 minutes increased blood flow by up to 30% in the stimulated area. Best of all, no devices or outside help are needed. You can do it yourself at home with full privacy and safety. You need to follow 3 steps, each targeting a key area of the male body. Area 1, the lower abdomen, just below the navel, known as the hypogastric zone. Why start here? Because major blood vessels and nerves pass through this area before reaching the genitals. When you apply rhythmic, firm taps here, you activate the system that controls blood supply to the lower body. The muscles warm up, vessels expand, and nerves get direct stimulation. This point works like a command center, preparing the vascular system to work better. Use fingertips or the edge of your palm to make short, firm tapping motions for about 40 seconds while breathing normally and staying relaxed. Area 2, the inner thighs. Few people realize that the femoral artery, one of the most important in the body, runs through this area and is the main blood highway to the genitals. Applying tapotement to the thighs, especially the inner part, activates this artery, improves blood flow, and warms the pathway leading to the base of the penis. This area also contains nerve endings linked to arousal and sensitivity. While sitting or standing, tap lightly with your fingertips, alternating hands for about 1 minute on each leg. The goal is to create gentle warmth without pain or redness, just activation. This is what Senior Renata, age 67, did. After months of sleepless nights, loss of firmness, and constant frustration, he began doing this simple ritual every morning. At first it seemed strange. Does this really work? He wondered, but he decided to continue for at least a week. By the 3rd day, he woke up feeling different, lighter in his body, stable in mood, and experiencing something he hadn't in a long time: spontaneous morning erections. It felt like something inside had started working again, he said. By the end of the first week, he also noticed improved self-esteem, started looking his wife in the eyes with confidence, and they both felt warm, intimate closeness again for the first time in months. And all this without a single pill, just proper stimulation in the right place every day. Area 3, the base of the organ, the most strategic point. This is where blood flows in, where tissues expand, and where the erection happens. Gentle touch here activates the cavernous nerves, which send arousing signals to the brain and regulate erection strength. It's important that the touch be respectful, soft, and steady, without rush or aggression. To activate the nerve endings, use your palm or fingers to make light, repetitive motions for 30 to 40 seconds, focusing on rhythm and consistency. A light pulsing sensation is a signal that your body is responding. Stimulating these 3 zones in the correct sequence resets the system. Blood flows freely, tissues awaken, and the system restores its function. But how can you achieve an even stronger effect? The answer lies in a natural, little-known food that boosts nitric oxide production and prolongs vessel dilation. Like any high-performance engine, the body needs not just a start, but quality fuel. This is where strategic nutrition comes in. Beetroot, despite its simplicity, is a natural powerhouse for vascular health. Thanks to its high content of natural nitrates, beetroot directly promotes nitric oxide production, a gas that widens arteries and veins, improving circulation. This is crucial because nitric oxide ensures more efficient and abundant blood flow. It helps erections by increasing the filling of the cavernous bodies and supports tissue firmness for longer. The Journal of Applied Physiology reported that drinking beetroot juice significantly improves peripheral circulation, especially in the extremities and genital area. Another study from Queen Mary University of London showed that men with mild to moderate erectile dysfunction experienced noticeable improvement after several weeks of daily beet juice intake. Here's a simple daily recipe. 1 medium raw beet, chopped, juice of 1 lemon, and 100 milliliters of water. Blend all ingredients and drink on an empty stomach 30 minutes before planned sex. Combining this drink with physical activity triggers powerful blood vessel dilation. You can drink it daily for a week and observe the changes. You'll wake up more energetic, morning erections will return, and sex will become more intense. This simple juice acts like a deep cleaning for your blood vessels, removing excess resistance that hinders normal blood flow, creating ideal conditions for deportment to work. Through this complete ritual combining nutrition and physical stimulation, you target the root of vascular impotence without drugs. In conclusion, the loss of sexual power after 60 is not inevitable. In most cases, it is just a consequence of poor circulation. The great news is that these changes can be achieved through simple, natural, and understandable actions. You've now learned 2 effective methods: the deportment ritual, which awakens male vitality, and the beet lemon drink, which improves circulation by expanding vessels. These methods work because they rely on real physiological processes, not false promises. The choice is yours. Start using them today, right now. Do the ritual, make the healing drink, and follow this routine for 3 days. Watch how your well-being changes. Your body will tell you when it's ready. If this video helped you, share it with other men who also need support in restoring potency and confidence. Leave the comment, "The blood is back." This simple gesture shows your attention to your intimate health and may inspire other men to take similar steps. While every body is unique, science is showing us the right path. Understanding physiology allows you to act consciously rather than by trial and error. Men who understand this truth are changing the rules of the game. If this information was useful to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend, a brother, someone who might need it. Many men suffer in silence, thinking it's all over. But now you know, there is a way out, there is a solution. Sharing this video might be the starting point of change in someone's life. Don't miss this chance. For you, it's a simple action. For someone else, it might be a turning point. And of course, if you're interested in more specific, useful, and science-based content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Here we speak honestly and offer real solutions for those striving for a healthy, strong, and fulfilling life. In the next video, we'll dive even deeper into the science, explore more practical solutions, and continue inspiring those who seek joy and pleasure even in later years. Thank you very much.